goal. You're going to get more opportunities. This was a really good opportunity. Does Benzema waste the opportunity though by, again, not getting his head up and picking out a teammate? Eventually he finds the route to Carvajal.
It was quite a remarkable clearance from Jordi Alba, who's left the two players to babysit.
It's a brilliant clearance because he's trying to occupy the centre of the goal. And once he goes past him, he reacts, turns, gets across. And it's a fantastic block to deny Carvajal. A little cutback from Isco was the best opportunity for Real Madrid, though.
Is it Messi time? No, it's not. The wall is well built. Expensively built, but well built. Now Isco. Well, he is loving every minute of this Clásico, Isco.
And in fairness to the Barcelona supporters, as they're enjoying his performance, there's been 2 or 3 pieces of action which has had the crowd off their feet for a Real Madrid player.
I think he's still got his pet dog, Isco. And the name of the dog is Messi. He named it before he left Malaga. There's a touch of the Messi's about him tonight. Oh, look at that circus football from Marcelo. The referee not buying the foul. This is Busquets. PK. Referee trying to let things flow, but he felt that Carvajal had been holding down Gerard Deulofeu. I don't need to say anything, do I? You can hear who's coming on. Barcelona making their change as well. It's Karim Benzema. He's frequently taken out of the firing line. He's going to rest his legs, and Ronaldo will go into the centre forwards position. A warm welcome for Cristiano Ronaldo. Or is that fiery?
That's music to his ears.
Barcelona do have one vacant position in the starting 11. Last year they experimented with a number of players. Deulofeu was replaced by Denis Suarez. A former Manchester City man replacing a former Everton man.
Yep, and unfortunately for Deulofeu, didn't really make an impact in the game. I want to say he didn't grab his opportunity.
Whisked away. Suarez! A necessary touch from Keylor Navas.
It's unrealistic, isn't it, to expect Deulofeu to be the replacement for Neymar. Suarez doing his best there to get the equaliser. It's Denis Suarez with the latest player to get a chance.
Iniesta. Denis Suarez. Casemiro.
Seeing a delivery to the far post. Carvajal complaining that he's pushed by Luis Suarez. I just think it's a aggressive play by the Barcelona striker.
Gareth Bale. Flies it in. Oh, it was Isco who came through the centre. Casemiro to Kovacic. Niggling little foul from Andres Iniesta. Varane. Carvajal. Marcelo on that far side, screaming that he wants the ball. Great ball. Ronaldo's quicker out of the blocks than beleaguered-looking Piqué. Here's Carvajal. That's the rear of Cristiano Ronaldo, who gets in the way of things.
He's been given a little bit longer than the 20 minutes he had against Manchester United. That was the plan from Zidane. 30 minutes tonight for Ronaldo. He's always in an offside position there. And again, looking to get behind the defence immediately. Benzema coming off, Ronaldo going up front. The Gareth Bale's been asked to play slightly wider. Let's drop into the right side of midfield position. This go on the left. A little sign that Real Madrid looking to tighten things up, just with the 1-goal lead away from home.
Toni Kroos. Ronaldo. Fear in the hearts of Barcelona. Emergency action taken by Gerard Piqué. Well, he finished last season explosively, Cristiano Ronaldo, with 16 goals in his last 10 matches. The star of the Champions League final. So that's 33 next winter. His powers are not exactly waning as he reinvents himself. Piqué. Denis Suarez. Now Vidal. Weaves inside, and Suarez was offside, despite the complaints from the home supporters. It was a teasingly late flag by the assistant on the far side.
I think his left leg just strays into that offside position, doesn't it?
That's the downside of wearing luminous yellow boots, isn't it?
Close one, very close. Fantastic movement from Luis Suarez.
Apparently Neymar scored tonight for Paris Saint-Germain. He's history. And this is Denis Suarez. Messi. Now Iniesta. Messi. Rakitic. Inside Marcelo, good run by Vidal. Recovery from Marcelo.
It's really good recovery. Helps him. He was quick as Marcelo as well. And Suarez with the attempt at goal. Tipped over by Keylor Navas. Ball in behind the fullback. And there's a problem for opponents against Barcelona. But Marcelo did really well to block the attempted cross.
Vidal's header. Real Madrid's task is to keep Barcelona quiet. This is Suarez. Almost replicated the own goal at the other end of the field.
I thought it was in.
I was about to say at the end of that sentence, 22 Clásicos since Real Madrid kept a clean sheet against Barcelona. Casemiro. Lionel Messi wins a header. Rakitic. Good defending by Gareth Bale. The referee assists Barcelona. Vidal stolen. Pocket picked by Marcelo. Now Cristiano Ronaldo. Stopped by Iniesta. Ronaldo digs in. Denis Suarez. And there's Iniesta. Busquets. There are a lot of nervous defenders out there, just throwing their body on the line, hoping for the best.
I think you described it correctly, Rob. Just pinched there by Marcelo. No foul on Vidal.
Good tackle by Umtiti. Andres Iniesta slows the game down to the pace he likes. Rakitic. Now Messi. Kovacic stands off him. Messi goes round Casemiro. Now Denis Suarez. Blocked by Carvajal.
They're coming together in the penalty area between Ramos and Luis Suarez. Off the ball. It was a swipe, it was a kick off the ball. They've gone away with it, it appears.
That out. There's Vidal. That's a weak shot from Alex Vidal. He's been given a chance to establish himself under the new management tonight. It's like a little tweak for
doesn't know where to hold.
No, it doesn't.
I think it's cramped. Pushes into the challenge. He's holding his thigh, he's holding his calf, he's stretching out as if he's got a touch of cramp. Sergio Roberto play. Will it be right back? Will it be in midfield?
Well, you would imagine that he would come on for Alex Vidal on the right side of defence. He's such a versatile player, but
that makes sense, I think, doesn't it? Well, number 8, 20 is that for Asensio.
They put up number 8. It's Toni Kroos came across, but he's the messenger. I think to Kovacic, and it's going to be Asensio who comes on. Amidst the confusion down on the shop floor. And it is Andres Iniesta who is going to be given a break. Need to use him sparingly. And Sergio Roberto has an opportunity to stake a claim for a midfield position. Well, Asensio was the breakthrough player of last season for Real Madrid. Kept his place at the end of the season, and Gareth Bale had to be content with playing as a sub in the Champions League final. There's Suarez, stopped by Carvajal.
He has the courage at the moment, doesn't he, Denis Suarez, to take on Carvajal. I just don't know if I was reluctant to.
Great ball. On the end of it, Messi. Smart save from Keylor Navas. Suarez goes low. Ramos won't give up the chase. It's a grappling match between those two. A world-class striker against one of the world's great defenders.
He does this so well, doesn't he, Suarez? Doesn't give things up. He uses his power, barges his way through at times.
So many corners for Barcelona. Can they make one count? Swerved in by Messi. All bases covered for the Real Madrid defence. It's an interesting point you made at half-time when you looked at the Real Madrid bench. They have lost a lot of experience with James and Pepe moving on in the summer. Has cleared some pegs in the changing room. But they do have a lot of youngsters coming through, like Ceballos and Theo Hernandez, Asensio. Replacing proven talent with promising talent. It's a reversal of a few years ago as well, isn't it? Where Barcelona are going to have to invest to appease the supporters. Gareth Bale's cross! He knew exactly what picture he wanted to see on the front page of the sports dailies tomorrow, Cristiano Ronaldo.
It would have been typical, wouldn't it? The overhead scissors kick.
You didn't want to tap him.
The bicycle kick from Ronaldo. Just gets the contact run, just comes off his shin. Doesn't hit the target. Rakitic. Number coming together.
Toni Kroos, Carvajal. And Titi. There's a Tensy. Isco. Ronaldo, brilliant ball. Marcelo joins in the party. Ter Stegen standing strong. Becoming far more entertaining as the superstar's legs are tiring. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo's offside. All the celebrations, Cristiano.
Not a massive protest, but he's just inquiring as to whether he... Again, so close, isn't it? Where's the steal? Where is the ball? When is it played forward? Standing in an offside position. And Titi drops deeper. That is so close. Wouldn't be much good as a video assistant referee there, would I?
You get a few stabs.
Can't commit on that one.
Well, you, like the assistant down on the touchline below, had to make an instant judgment without the aid of rocking and rolling replays. This is Suarez, Denis Suarez. And you can see his namesake Louis is not too happy with that finish. Marcelo. Bale goes early. The legs of Gareth Bale are looking particularly heavy, aren't they? You have to bear in mind he didn't start any of the last 9 games of last season. You know, when he played in the Classico in April, he lasted only 39 minutes on his comeback. He's the consummate professional, but he can put the miles in the valleys and around the capital and on the treadmill. It's a little bit different when you're down there on the lush surface of the Camp Nou. And of course, the Bernabeu on Wednesday. Messi. Which knocks the head off Varane. And Suarez stands his ground. He's got a chance. Oh, Busquets. The goal was open, and he's wishing that the ground would open up. Keeper had slipped. Nobody there to stop him. And he squanders the opportunity to equalise.
It's the defensive midfield player, isn't it? Getting forward. Trying to get the equaliser for Barcelona. There's no excuse, he has the talent, he should be scoring.
Well, that's another angle for you, Terry. That's
offside.
There we go. We found what eventually was justified it, yeah.
I know he doesn't score many goals from that range, though. A player of his quality, Barcelona should be on level terms.
Vidal. Here's the goal in the night in Catalonia. Teased up. PK can only help it on. Retrieved by Luis Suarez. Albers the stay-at-home defender. Vidal. Easy for Marcelo. There's a slight handball there by Rakitic, not seen by the referee. Messi! Brilliant save, brilliant second save from Keylor Navas. Oh, that would have been a controversial moment. This is Luis Suarez looking for Lionel Messi. Messi tries to go through the legs. Luis Suarez is there. And the referee has a big decision to make as there's a collision between Keylor Navas and Suarez. And the delegation of Real Madrid is falling on the deaf ears of Senor Bengochea. In years to come, they'll look to a man in the stand to make this decision. The referee has to go with his instincts and what his assistant who's blinded on the far side, tells him. Did Suarez ride that? Was he anticipating it?
Well, Suarez gets the first touch. He's anticipating the contact. He's on his way down. I think there is contact from Keylor Navas. Navas throws himself full length. Suarez gets the first touch. He does catch his ankle. It's one of those where experienced strikers, gamesmanship, they leave their leg dangling. They hope there's contact from the goalkeeper. Suarez knows he's not going to get the attempt on goal. He's been driven away from the goal. It's going to go off for a goal kick. And they just hope the goalkeeper lunges in, makes some sort of contact. And then the referee has a decision to make. It's gone in Barcelona's favour.
Terry Gibson, paid up member of the Strikers Union. The goalkeeper's out there will be saying that he made the most of it.
Oh, he definitely made the most of it. He leaves his leg at the angle where if Navas is going to touch it, it's going to bring him down.
Lionel Messi in the Classico extends his record of scoring in this magical fixture. Messi on the spot. 1-1. And Messi off the mark for the season.
He makes no mistake, does he? It hasn't always been the case with Messi from the penalty spot. He seems to be improving. Much more reliable than he was 2 or 3 seasons ago. Calmly struck that into the bottom corner.
Titi leaves the ball. There's a good shout there from Ter Stegen. There's a little bit of a fallout. Titi's giving Marcel a little jab in the ribs there. All discipline has gone out of the game. Adds to the entertainment. Here goes Lionel Messi. Real Madrid trying to chase Messi. Teases the ball through. Suarez! Oh. And Denis Suarez was one stride away from putting Barcelona ahead.
Well, it's exciting stuff now, isn't it? Messi, absolutely wonderful. Runs from the halfway line. Makes the taking on defenders look so easy. Suarez was offside when Messi plays that wide. The assistant referee's flag does go up. It wouldn't have counted. That's where Ramos just throws Suarez around. Not so sure there's any injury. Well, I'm pretty sure there's no injury to Luis Suarez. I wasn't sure the referee had given the penalty. It was one of those yellow card that had came out. I wasn't sure it was going to be for a dive for Suarez or a penalty.
Ronaldo, easy for Ter Stegen. If you rewind the game back far enough, of course there was the handball a little bit further back in the run-up to the incident. And of course, we didn't have a chance to show you the 2 tremendous saves as well from Keylor Navas. Lionel Messi seems to be finding energy. He finds Suarez. Little step over. Rakitic joins him. Brilliant tackle from Dani Carvajal. Here's Isco. Has Cristiano Ronaldo still got the legs? Yes, look at him fly. Moves inside Ronaldo! Cristiano Ronaldo! He's in good shape.
That's typical, absolutely brilliant. Turning defence into attack, Real Madrid, in the blink of an eye. And you wondered whether Ronaldo still had the pace to get away from Gerard Piqué. He did. And he's just waiting. You know exactly what he's going to do. Takes the touch, here we see Barcelona in the attack. Rakitic misses the chance to take on the shot. And immediately Real Madrid break. Ronaldo into Isco, return pass. And from here, it's a clear sight on goal for Ronaldo as it cuts inside on his right foot. The power, the accuracy, right into the top corner. To Stegen at full length. What did you say, 3 days, 4 days training? He certainly doesn't need any work on his finishing. 30 minutes he was given tonight by Zidane. 10 minutes longer than against Manchester United. And it hasn't taken him long to get on the sheet.
Still getting in shape for the season. He's only had 3 practice sessions. I think he's been following the scientists and the fitness gurus' recommendations. Puts us all to... He should be booked for that. Exposing himself, shouldn't he? Taking the shirt off. Gareth Bale, tired, comes off. Given 10 minutes break. Vasquez, the ever-willing substitute, comes on. He played 50 games last year, Lucas Vasquez, 30 of them as a replacement. But Bale will be kept fresh for Wednesday night. Not a lot of recovery time. Has the drama finished at the Camp Nou? I think not. A lot of hype about transfers in the summer. This is a game that needs no hype. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. He goes nose to turf. He's got a penalty. Oh no! He thought he had a penalty. Behind you, Cristiano. He was booked for taking his shirt off, and now he's being booked in the eyes of the referee for taking a dive.
And then we do see a quite significant push by Ronaldo on the referee. It's been action-packed, hasn't it? Okay, on with 60 minutes gone. A bit of everything from Ronaldo.
Well, 2 yellow cards and a goal. He thought he'd won the penalty. He turned around and Titi certainly made a contact with him. Ronaldo's legs gave way. He may argue in his defence that his momentum took him over.
Well, he will argue in his defence. I think there's sufficient contact there from Umtiti, who doesn't make any contact with the ball. Ronaldo is goal side of the Barcelona defender. There's a push on the back, and you see the push from Ronaldo on the referee. Might be a further issue as well.
Was it 3 minutes between his sensational goal, getting booked for taking his shirt off? We were joking about that. And then the referee, I think he had his card in his pocket before Cristiano Ronaldo did make contact with him. What a cameo appearance that has been by Cristiano Ronaldo.
The replay there, and you break it down, I think the initial contact from Umtiti is outside the box.
Well, this is a game that divides supporters. 2 players who divide supporters as well. Messi and Ronaldo both on the score sheet. Ronaldo dismissed. 10-man Real Madrid.
Whichever way you look at that, Rob, I don't think it's a dive from Ronaldo. I think he's knocked off balance by Umtiti. Certainly don't think it was a clear attempt to dive and con the referee.
Vasquez. Nice 1-2. Here's Isco. Busquets. Isco just slows things down. Carvajal and Busquets, who are Spain international teammates, of course. I guess they're not roommates when they travel together. They certainly won't be in the future. Referee hasn't blown the whistle. Play continues amid the schoolboy squabbling. Denis Suarez to Lionel Messi. Bypasses 2 in midfield. That camera above the ground tries to keep up with Messi. So do the defenders. Suarez puts it back in there. Suarez. 1-2 with Messi. What a game of football this is. El Clasico, quality.
They had a pulse in the first half, but in the second half it's really kicked on. It's going to be controversial. We've had a bit of everything, haven't we?
Here, this is Marcelo. Lazy cross from Busquets. PK's up there as well. So many talking points in this game. You think about that chance as well for Busquets, that open goal that he didn't score.
No doubt that Real Madrid deserved the win. I think they look the far tidier of the teams. Really efficient in front of goal. It's better to come from Barcelona.
Well, I think this is not just bad news for Barcelona, but I think it's bad news for supporters of Dortmund and Liverpool as well, because I think they're going to have to accelerate their plans to reinvest the Neymar money. Barcelona are lacking dimensions beyond Suarez and Lionel Messi tonight. They were short in midfield last year. They can no longer rely on Andres Iniesta. He was withdrawn in the midst of the second half. They need some talent. Ball is played in, big stretch from Sergio Ramos. Piqué, another one of the big players tonight, the man who started the scoring, an own goal after 49 minutes. Suarez, and out by Carvajal, victory complete.
Absolutely fabulous job. Be looking for it to continue, starting from now.
And away we go. They light the fireworks. The 235th Clásico starts the Spanish season. These two clubs have met, of course, in the summer over in Miami. Didn't let anybody down, 5 goals. Messi scored after 3 minutes of that game, Rakitic after 7 minutes. Piqué scored what turned out to be the winning goal in the 50th minute of the match. There is no such thing as a friendly between these two ancient old rivals. Real Madrid haven't had the most sensational pre-season, drawn against Manchester United, beaten by Manchester City, losing against Barcelona, even drew against the MLS All-Stars, but tonight they're hoping to peak. And it's Kovacic who's got the midfield position. He's playing in place of Modric tonight. Modric discovered he was suspended because he was sent off in the last Super Cup he played in 3 years ago. Here's De La Feu, he's offside. It's going to take some getting to know you for the Barcelona front three. Suarez, Messi, and De La Feu, the chosen one. It's tight.
He has gone for I dare to say it, like-for-like replacement in terms of the style of player. He's happy to play wide on the left. And De La Feu. Sort of some casual play, didn't it, from Barcelona to stay getting the ball away cheaply. Unlucky with the quick thinking, the attempted chip from long range.
Barcelona pinned back. Maurice ter Stegen, the coach may have changed, but the Barcelona style will remain faithful. Trying to play out from the back, he's got them in some trouble here. This is Benzema. Vidal in the way, corner prevented from ter Stegen. This was it.
It's intercepted by Isco. Kovacic, quick thinking. Idea, isn't it? Just didn't get enough elevation on the attempted lob over ter Stegen.
I was reminiscent of that moment. It was in March 2014 when Victor Valdez gifted the ball to Karim Benzema, and he scored after 23 seconds of the Clásico. Now it's Vidal, who looked to be moving out last year, starting tonight ahead of Sergio Roberto and Nelson Semedo, who was one of the few summer signings for Barcelona. There's Marcelo. There's got competition for his place with Hernandez coming in the summer. That's the beauty for Zidane. He has enough top quality players to name 2 starting 11s quite frequently last year. Terry, he would make 9 changes, wouldn't he, between Champions League and La Liga?
Yep, and it served him well. The young players, the fringe players in particular, did really well. They're problem or two this season. One or 2 established players, senior players, have left the club. Madrid have gone again for youth and bringing the likes of Dani Ceballos and Theo Hernandez in. Also lost Pepe, Danilo, Contrell, James Rodriguez, Alvaro Morata. Zidane placed a lot of trust in the younger players in the squad. I think he's been proved that he's right to do so.
Toni Kroos to Isco, who's grown in stature over the last 6 months. Last year at this point, there was talk of him being loaned out to get him some playing time. Now he's arguably in the team ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, though of course Ronaldo is not fully fit. But Ronaldo, for the first time in his career, is going to have to fight for his place here.
He'll get back in. It's interesting though, looking at Zidane, the way that he plays with Isco in the team at the top of the diamond. Midfield quartet, Casemiro holding tonight's Kroos and Kovacic.
This is Marcelo.
Isco at the top of the diamond, and Gareth Bale playing more central than he has done in the past when it's been the usual 4-3-3 from Real Madrid. I think it does give Real Madrid a little bit more control in midfield with the extra player in there. I think Zidane will see Gareth Bale as one of the centre forwards with Benzema and Ronaldo.
Titi to Busquets, Iniesta to Rakitic. Now Vidal. PK, Busquets, familiar names, familiar style, Lionel Messi. Now Rakitic, a bit of afters there, noted by Senghor. Sitting Bengochea, got a space for Jordi Alba. Goes on the outside. Alba sliding tackle from Gary Carvajal. Spain's right back on Spain's left back.
At times he's tackled to perfection. And we'll see the crossfield diagonal pass to Marcelo. Just beyond the defensive line of Barcelona in an offside position there. We see the wonderful skills from Isco.
Messi will take the corner. PK comes through the crowd. Good header away by Ramos. Now Vidal. Suarez.
It's all about ability, isn't it, with Isco? Great awareness, great control. Always on the move, and perfect for that position that Zidane has found him. Just pulling off of the front two.
Marcelo. Carvajal. Kovacic to... seems the omnipresent Isco is everywhere. He's got this roaming role. Just looking at formation of Real Madrid. They've got two up front. Got a back four, and Isco seems to be playing a mirroring role of Messi, just going wherever he wants to. He's got the full freedom.
Yep, and I think that's the right way to play that position. Always find little pockets of space, whether it's dropping deep or going wide. On occasions, being in an advanced position, almost being the centre forward. If Benzema drops deep, he's an intelligent player. Isco.
Casemiro. Toni Kroos. Gareth Bale to Marcelo. Lovely touch from the Brazilian. Sturdy touch from Gerard Piqué. Now the entertainer. Marcelo on this left-hand side. Hasn't had a great deal of competition for his position in recent years, but they spent 23 million on
just looking to see if there are any differences between Ernesto Valverde and the tactical approach from Luis Enrique. It's fair to say at the moment Real Madrid are enjoying a large share of the possession. Wonderful amount of high pressing from Barcelona so far.
Iniesta stolen easily by Isco. Gareth Bale behind you was not the try, and Titi, with the aid of Jordi Alba, wins it back. Busquets. Alex Vidal. Struggling to get out of their own half at the moment. Barcelona, it's a high pressing gained by Zidane's Real Madrid. Now Delafeu. A little bit tight, but it was Kovacic who won it back. And Karim Benzema, last year at this point, was facing competition for his position from the returning Murata, and he's seen him off.
The competition, didn't he, initially when he joined Real Madrid from Gonzalo Higuain.
It's a great ball over the top, nice take by Suarez! And he warms the hands of Keylor Navas.
It's a half chance for Luis Suarez, the first sight of goal for Barcelona. He's willing to run in behind. Does extremely well, and the pressure from a defender, it's the right amount of touches, the right sort of touches to inevitably end up with an attempt on goal.
Very animated Zidane down on the touchline. It's not so often we see him scream at his players. Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Delafeu, Casemiro.
I see Valverde cracking the whip as well from the touchline. He will be irritated by the amount of times that his team have given away cheap possession. There we see a fantastic run, fantastic understanding.